welcome again to Queen's Kitchen. Today's episode I would like to name it Back to Basics. This episode is dedicated to my friends who are very keen to learn that how we make our dough from Indian atta or wheat flour and how we use it in various forms. So in this episode I'm going to share with you how we make rotis, parathas of various types from our dough. So it's very simple. Let's get started. For making roti or parathas, I've taken wheat, Indian flour or atta in a bowl which is approximately 2 cups, and I've just started adding water very slowly to it. So basically we'll keep on mixing atta until it incorporates with water right very nicely, as you can see, but the tip to it that we have to add water very slowly to it. The first step is that we have to incorporate our dry atta nicely to the water, and the second step comes is kneading. So but we have to add water very slowly and very small in amount, not a lot. Now as you can see, almost whole of our dry atta has incorporated nicely, and now it will next step will be our kneading. So I've started kneading now. We'll just require a little bit of water in kneading as well, just to get rid of that dry atta which is sticking to the bottom. The atta shouldn't be very hard, and at the same time it should not be sticking to the bottom. It should be very balanced, but if it starts sticking to the bottom and you think that it's really thin, and you can add a little bit of more flour just to get that balance. It should bind together nicely, as you can see. Should be nicely done in a dough like this. I'm just adding water, no salt, nothing into it, and it should nicely get into that nice texture of that dough which we need to make our rotis or parathas. It's nearly done after kneading. Kneading is very important part. We have to knead it very nicely, and my atta is done. And we'll just cover it and rest it for another 15-20 minutes after sprinkling some oil. Oil just prevents and give that layering which won't let it dry. So that's another tip. Now we'll just rest it for another 15-20 minutes. Now let's get started for making some rotis. It's very easy. Take some dough in your hand, make a nice ball, pretty much like this. Flatten it a little bit, and if you can see my hand movements, I'm just pressing it from the edges like this, and get some more dry atta or flour and start rolling it. You may require a little bit of more dry atta. Use as much as you want, but not a lot of it, because it tends to burn when we cook it. So initially you may require it more, but once you start practicing it, it should be really like a piece of, like a bread and butter for you. So it's just a practice. Now my roti is done. I'm just showing you another one. So we just take some dough, round it, maybe initially you may not get that nice round shapes as well, but doesn't matter, the taste remains the same. Here we go. I can flatten it on my board as well, and then just start rolling it. Once you start practicing, I have years of experience in making them, so my rotis are coming very nicely round in shape. But if they won't, then don't, not to worry, they still taste nice. I'm getting rid of that extra atta, and now it's ready to be cooked on our hot griddle or tawa. We'll wait until the color slightly changes to dark little bit, and then we'll flip it over. It approximately take 30 seconds each side, and we just flip it now. You can see it has started cooking. The flame has to be medium hot for getting nice rotis. It takes minute or 2 minutes to make a roti. So here's another flip, and as you can see, I've taken one towel just to blow it, and it's almost done. Just cook it from both the sides by flipping them. So these rotis I'm showing you, they can be eaten with any curries. Here's my roti which is ready. You can eat it like this or add some clarified butter on top of it. And it can, as I said, you can eat them in any kind of curries like dal or al curries, which I'll show you in future as well. Next thing which we can make from our dough, same dough which I showed, is parathas. Parathas is a very yummy and my kids absolutely love it. So what I'm doing is basically taking my dough and just making a big roti, and I've taken some clarified butter and ghee, and I'm applying it on my roti. And I'll start making these layers, like up and down, stretch it a little bit and then round it. It will give that layering to my parathas, and when you cook it, it will become really crispy and taste yummy. We don't make them too thin because we want the layers to be coming out nicely. As you can see, for this the flame has to be low to medium, not very high because they can burn. Flip it as we did before. The method is pretty much the same, but we apply some ghee or some oil to get that crispiness. You could also add some salt or some sugar as a filling into it, and we'll wait until it cooks and get that crispiness. And the layering, you can see that all the layers are getting separate, which is the beauty of this paratha. It just tastes so nice. Our paratha is ready, and just apply some more ghee on top of it and just serve it. And the third use of dough which I normally use it with are stuffed parathas. So stuffed parathas, you can use any stuffing, which I'll actually make a detailed video in future, that which stuffings and how we can make all the stuffings. But today I had some cauliflower, grated cauliflower stuffing in it, and I'm just adding that stuffing into it, and I'll make that monster dumpling. As you can see, very big dumpling, isn't it? We'll just flatten it now, apply some dry atta, and then we'll make a flatbread or a roti or a paratha, whatever name is easier to pronounce for you, you can say it. After few seconds, we'll again flip it over. Same method. The method is entirely the same, but on roti we don't add any ghee or butter on top of griddle, but in parathas that we do, because they give that crisp and that nice flavor. I'm just applying oil to both the sides. And as was mentioning, in stuffing, you can use mashed potatoes, you can use some cauliflower, you can use onions. I'll make actually a whole video of the stuffings which I normally use to make my parathas. They taste yum. If you don't want to use clarified butter, you can also use vegetable oil, which I normally use anyways. My paratha is almost ready. I'm just giving it more time to get it more crispy. Okay, now it's serving time. I'll put some more butter on top of it and I'll serve it with yogurt. Yum, enjoy. Thank you for watching this episode and giving all the love and support you have been giving me. You can ask any questions if you have any in regards to my recipes in the comment box. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. See you next time. Bye.